Yeah?
Who are you?
I'm Becca Sawyer. I just moved into the room next door.
Oh yeah, you're the transfer, the one who got kicked out of some school in France?
What? No, I didn't.
Waverly's primary source of all wisdom and truth has been suggesting otherwise. Hey look, I don't really care, but you gotta admit it's kind of weird to be changing schools in the middle of your senior year, and the fewer gory details you provide as to why, the more kids are gonna talk. Or should I say, text?
So I'm the source of rumors already?
Welcome to Waverly.
Where's your roommate?
She's the one who was sent home because of an allergic reaction to something she ate after being cursed by the black cat.
You sound a little skeptical.
The black cat is just someone playing an idiotic prank, end of story. Of course, it's not the end of the story for my roommate Megan, who wound up having to go home sick with an allergic reaction that almost killed her. But it's still a stupid prank.
Did Megan have any idea who left her those notes?
Look, enough about the black cat. The other girls can buy into that garbage all they want, but the pea brain that's behind this, I refuse to give her the satisfaction. So if you have questions for Megan, I think you should call her yourself. 845-555-1849.
How well do you know the girl I'm rooming with, Corinne?
Probably better than anybody. She doesn't have a lot of friends, but she's incredibly smart. Plus, she's a social outcast too, so we get along pretty well.
What makes you say she's a social outcast?
She's so desperate for people to like her, she gets on everyone's nerves. Me? I don't much care if people like me or not, but Corinne? She cares a lot. And it shows.
You play that cello pretty well.
Thank you. I taught myself to play when I was 10.
Do you play any other instruments?
Yeah, the keyboard. As in synthesizer, not computer. Although I'm pretty good with computers too.
Do you hang out with Izzy much?
I don't hang out with her at all. I can't stand her. She's so fake and vacuous. It's like talking to a mannequin.
Would you say she's the most popular girl in your class?
Absolutely. Sometimes the sound of everyone sucking up to her is positively deafening.
Are you friends with Leela?
No, although I used to be. Of course, that was in grade school, before she got caught up in sports. Now all she thinks about is competing and winning and school spirit. Stuff I just find pathetic.
Do you think she's smart?
Extremely. Which, to me, makes her descent into jockdom even sadder.
Do most kids like her?
I'm not a fan, but everyone else? You bet.
How well do you know Rachel?
Not well. We don't hang out.
How come?
We have nothing in common. Plus, there's something about her that's a little off.
Do you think she'll make valedictorian?
Not a chance. In fact, it's a mystery how she ever made it this far.
I need to take a close-up of you for a page on the school website I'm helping put up.
The school wants my picture on its website? Groovy. Blast away.
Who do you think the black cat is?
I don't do conversations on that subject, remember? Especially when it's so obvious that it's Izzy.
Does anyone else think it's Izzy?
Megan, my missing in action roommate, she thinks it's Izzy too. Of course, that's because she hates Izzy for stealing her boyfriend. My reasoning is more logical. Izzy doesn't deserve to be valedictorian, and she knows it. She also knows she'll never get into an Ivy League school unless she's valedictorian. So, she has to eliminate the competition.
I need a photo of your roommate Megan for the school website. Would you happen to have one?
Sure don't. But Leela Yadav might. She and Megan have been palling around lately. Check the rec room downstairs.
I'll let you get back to your music.
Door's always open.
Read much, followed by more. Wonder why it was spelled with 2 O's instead of 1. Is this sampler as old as it looks?
It's old, that's for sure. My great-great-great-grandmother made it. She was in the first class of students to graduate from here. Everybody in my family who attends Waverly has to hang that thing in her room. It's tradition.
Did your mother graduate from here?
And her mother and her mother's mother ad infinitum. I come from a long line of Waverly grads. I'm what you call a legacy. I was admitted automatically.
Looks like Mel got another note. Looks like I need a key.
Hi. Hey, how come I couldn't find anything about you online, like on your page?
You looked me up online?
Well, yeah. It's the 21st century. Soon as you meet somebody, that's what you do. And anyone under the age of like 30 who doesn't have something up on your page either A, has been living on Mars, or B, is seriously weird. And since it doesn't look like either of those applies to you, what gives?
I took my page down because... for personal reasons.
Well, do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah?
Well, who is he? Where does he live? Come on, you can tell me stuff. I'm your roommate.
I'm sorry, but I'd rather not talk about him right now, okay?
Yeah, okay, whatever. So what do you want to talk about?
I met Mel. She's very... different.
Yeah, I think that's why we're friends. She did say I was her friend, right? Oh, sorry, that was dumb. There we go, sounding all insecure and loserish again.
Are you a Waverly legacy like Mel is?
As if. I earned my way into this place. I was accepted because I was the most deserving applicant, like, ever. Those are my words, not the school's, of course, but it's still true.
I met Leela. She was in the rec room.
She's usually in the gym, either bouncing, kicking, hitting, or throwing some kind of ball. You name a sport, she's great at it. And competitive? That girl loves to win, and almost always does.
When did she hurt her wrist?
She started wrapping her wrist about a week ago, but is it actually hurt? Debatable.
Could she be the Black Cat?
Well, she's here on a scholarship, so it's real hard for me to believe she's smart enough to, 1, secretly be the Black Cat, and 2, divert suspicion by faking an injury and making herself look like a victim of the Black Cat. But I have to admit, it is possible.
Rachel enlisted me to help her get her web project done.
Better you than me.
You don't like her?
Let's just say she's not one of my favorite people. She's kinda flaky. Like last month, she flunked a test that took her out of the running for valedictorian. Technically, she shouldn't even be on this floor anymore.
I need to take a close-up of you for a web page Rachel's working on. That okay?
Whip out your camera and let's get it over with. Cheese.
Any idea where that book that's missing from the library is?
Why? Are you an Edgar Allan Poe fan?
I'd like to find it so I can earn some extra credits.
You and me both. Unfortunately, I don't have a clue who has it.
Any idea why it would be missing?
Somebody must have wanted that book and not wanted anyone to know they wanted it. That's all I can figure.
Did it go missing before or after notes from the Black Cat started showing up?
Before. Right before, in fact. I see what you're getting at. It was called the Black Cat, wasn't it? That's kind of freaky.
Do you know where I can get the key that opens the special collections cabinet in the library?
You can get it from me. How bad do you want it?
Kind of bad. There's a book in the collection I'd really like to look at.
Okay, here's the deal. I'll give you the key to the cabinet if you can finish these orthographic views for me.
How do I do that?
Just figure out which views go with which object. Each object has a front, top, and side view. Those are examples in case you need them.
I can do that.
Bring them back when you're done. Anything else?
I'll let you get back to your paper.
Enjoy! You finished those ortho views for me?
There you go.
Looks great. Thanks. Here's the key to the cabinet. Whatever books you take out, be sure to put them back when you're done. They're too old and fragile to carry around.
I will.
And leave the key in the lock. I'll grab it later. Anything else?
I'll let you get back to your paper.
Later.
This cornerstone looks different than it did in that book. Well, hey, little guy. What's up? What are you doing? Hey! Come back here! He must have some kind of nest up there. Hello?
Nancy, hi. I hadn't heard from you and just wondered how you were doing. You at the school?
I sure am.
So how's it going?
Great. The girls I met so far are bright and interesting and seem to like me.
Of course they like you.
I hope so, because I can tell already that where you fit in socially around here is huge.
They got a pecking order going, huh?
And it is brutal, like junior high on steroids.
Just be yourself and you'll do fine.
Be myself? Ned, I'm a detective. I'm pretty much here to spy on people. If they get wind of that...
Like I said, just lie through your teeth and you'll do fine. What about the case? Any luck tracking down the source of those mysterious notes?
They're being sent by someone who signs them as the Black Cat, complete with a paw print and scratch marks. And only valedictorian candidates have been getting them.
Think someone there has a grudge against brainy kids?
Or one of the brainy kids is trying to get rid of her competition.
Being valedictorian, is that big a deal?
It's a very big deal. The valedictorian gets a college scholarship, full ride, school of her choice.
But how smart can these kids be if they're intimidated by a bunch of silly notes?
It's midterm study break. The kids who chose to stay at the school are cramming for tests and madly writing papers. The notes may be silly, but they're still distracting. And some of the accidents that have followed them have been pretty malicious.
Malicious, huh? You're not posing as a valedictorian, are you?
No, I'm not.
Good.
Although I am living on the same floor as they are.
You just had to throw that in, didn't you?
Sorry.
So what is your plan?
I'm going to search every inch of this place and question everybody I see until something or someone leads me to the Black Cat.
And in the process, you're going to be very, very careful.
Right.
Right.
The notes from the Black Cat may have something to do with a teacher named Rita Hollowell.
Oh, yeah? What'd she teach?
Literature. At least she did, about 150 years ago.
Excuse me?
She helped found Waverly Academy back in 1866.
And do you think she has something to do with notes being sent to students now?
Not only did she have a black cat, but it looks like she hid something very valuable somewhere in Ramsey Hall. That's the old building I'm staying in.
That's interesting. Does anyone else know about this?
I'm not sure, but if someone does know and is trying to find out what Hollowell hid, that might explain the notes from the Black Cat.
You know, you're going to have to be real careful what you ask and tell people from now on. Because if someone is trying to find it and realizes you may be trying to find it too...
I'll be careful, Ned. Don't worry.
Too late.
I've met all the valedictorian candidates.
Cool. Tell me about them.
Corrine, the girl I'm rooming with, she's not exactly Miss Popularity.
What makes you say that?
So far, I've only met one girl who even halfway likes her.
That's not good.
At this school, it's a disaster.
Keep going. Who else?
Believe it or not, there's a goth living in the room next to mine.
A goth? As in weird hair and disturbing body piercings? At an exclusive East Coast all-girl boarding school?
She's a legacy, meaning the women in her family have been attending Waverly for generations. If you're a legacy, you're automatically accepted. You're not automatically liked, however.
She doesn't have a lot of friends?
Doesn't seem to.
Is she into black cats?
Don't know that yet.
Maybe I'm a sucker for obvious suspects, but it sounds to me like you should find out. Keep going. Who else?
Izzy Romero is a valedictorian candidate and student body president.
Is she nice?
She is to me, so far. But that's probably because I'm still new to the pecking order.
She's at the front of it?
Oh, yeah. She rules the roost around here, that's for sure. But she's not without enemies.
Roost rulers seldom are. Keep going. Who else?
Leela Yadev is Waverly's star athlete, and man, is she competitive. Spends most of her time in the rec room trying to get people to play games with her.
She's a valedictorian?
Yep.
Shouldn't she be studying like everyone else?
Says she's got everything under control.
Smart jock. Good for her. Keep going. Who else?
This girl named Rachel asked me to help her with a school project.
How'd you get out of that?
I didn't. I told her I'd help her. And actually, it's a good thing. Gives me an excuse to go poking around, talking to people.
So what's this Rachel person like?
Well, no one around here seems to like her very much.
How come? Bad breath? B.O.? Poor taste in shoes?
Leela says she's schizoid, to the point of being scary. And she does tend to keep to herself.
The quiet loner type, huh? Better keep an eye on her.
I need to get back.
Stay on your toes.
I always do. See you, Ned.
This is Megan.
Hi, my name is Becca Sawyer. I'm a new student at Waverly, and I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions, if that's okay. I mean, I know you've been sick.
No, go ahead. I'm still kind of weak, but talking on the phone's not going to kill me.
What exactly happened to you anyway?
I was eating dinner at school 3 nights ago when all of a sudden I couldn't breathe. And when I tried to stand up, I got so dizzy I fell right over. So they rushed me to the hospital, and by the time I got there, I was turning blue, and my blood pressure was down to like 40/20 or something.
Whoa.
I'd gone into anaphylactic shock. But then they pumped me full of epinephrine, so by morning I was all stable and stuff. My parents were real upset. They dragged me home with them, and they still haven't said when they're gonna let me go back. I even heard them talking about suing the school. Anyway, now I'm real upset. I really miss Waverly. For the most part.
What do you mean? Is there something about it you don't miss?
About 10 days ago, someone slipped a note under my door. All it had on it were the words, "The black cat wants you to start packing," and a paw print with some scratch marks.
Weird.
Then, about a week later, I got another note. All it said was, "Time's up." I went to dinner the next night and...
Wound up in the hospital. You think whoever sent you that note tampered with your food and deliberately triggered that allergic reaction?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a coincidence. I've been to the emergency room on account of my stupid allergies so many times, it's ridiculous. And even if someone did put something in my food, I'm still here. I mean, I always recover. It's not like they were trying to kill me or anything.
The thing that triggered your reaction, do you have any idea what it was or how it got in your food?
I'm allergic to tree nuts. Almonds, walnuts, cashews. My mom's always telling me to pay more attention to what I'm eating, but I'm really bad at that.
Did many kids at Waverly know about your allergies before this last episode?
Everybody knew. School policy. That way kids wouldn't give me anything with nuts in it. At least, that was the plan.
If you had to guess, who would you say the black cat is?
Izzy Romero.
Why her?
Because she's the sneakiest, most spiteful person I've ever known. You've probably met her by now, and I know she doesn't seem that way, but you're new. Just wait.
I'd better let you go.
See ya.